What is up, Planeswalkers? 3x6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. Don't forget to head on over to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal and helps support the channel. Now today, I know we've been playing a lot of red-green. Red-green typically isn't my style, but black-green is. And when you throw red in there, you get a cool deck that one of my great patrons, and someone you might know as the brainchild, the brainfather, I suppose, behind the Dimir 2EZ. So now we have Jund 2EZ. This is by Easy Mode, one of the patrons, one of the longtime supporters of the channel, really cool dude. He's also starting to, create content as well. So head on over to his channel. I'll put a link to his channel in the description below. He's super new, so head on over there. Let him know how he's doing. Give him some pointers, things like that. But essentially, he wants to play some real nice Jund value and just outvalue your opponent. Very similar to a lot of other black-green X decks. The way you play it is you have a nice black-green core and have some nice red supporting spells. Now you can change it up and instead have like a red-green core or a red-black core. For example, the Phoenix, the 4-mana Phoenix is really decent here, but you would need to put a little bit more red in the deck if you want to do that. So we have a little bit of removal in 2 Shivan Fires, a Lava Coil, and Lightning Strike. We really want to diversify the targeted burn-based removal in the deck because there are a bunch of different things that we're going to want to hit. Sometimes we are going to want to go face with the Lightning Strike, but I did find that having at least one Lava Coil is very helpful against Golgari decks as well as opposing Phoenixes, and Shivan Fire scales really nicely. He initially had Shock, but I do think that Shivan Fire, even though it can't hit face, I think you're going to want to establish board presence a little bit more than pushing burn damage, and that's why I decided Shivan Fire is a little bit better for my precise needs. Obviously, in a deck like Jund, in a mid-range value deck, you really want to suit to taste. So whereas Shivan Fire helps me in the way I play, Shock very well might help you because you might be a more aggressive-oriented player. So even if we have the same deck otherwise, you might find that Shock does better for you because you find your opponent is a little bit on the back foot anyway. So then we have a really nice suite of 2-drops here. All of these cards do have ETB triggers, and that does mean that Tocatli Honor Guard is a pain in our ass, but as long as that doesn't stick on the board, we should be fine. And all of these cards are fantastic cards that can chump block against aggro and give us something else. They all give us value. Now, I did switch it to be a 3 and 4 of Burglar Rat and Dusk Legion Lieutenant, because I found that making your opponent discard is a little bit better than drawing a card and losing a life. Now, as I said, this could vary very much based on what exactly your personal playstyle is. You could honestly maybe take out one of these playsets and throw in Wild Growth Walkers, and instead of District Guides, you throw in the Jadelight Rangers. You can definitely mix and match this style of deck, and that's one of the things I love most about having mid-range decks, is that it really is kind of your own personal flavor of how you play the deck. But for Burglar Rats, great way to make your opponent discard. It's a great 2-for-1. Even if the bodies are relatively small, it's usually fine. Dusk Legion Zealot, very similar. The fact that you lose 1 life can hurt sometimes in the aggro matchup, but it is a card draw and a nice 1/1 body. And then Merfolk Branchwalker either draws you a land or allows you to manipulate the top of your deck, and it has a decent body to boot. We're running 4 Plaguecrafters because Carnage Tyrant is a strong card and Planeswalkers are strong cards. So this is pretty much never dead, especially since we do have a large number of 2-drops that we don't care about sacrificing. So being able to curve Shivan Fire into Burglar Rat into Plaguecrafter, for example, is a very nice curve. Deathgorge Scavenger, we're actually running 4 of these main deck. Now that might seem insane, but with the number of Arclight Phoenixes running around and the amount of Golgari Grave-based decks running around, this card almost always has some sort of value. It also, for what it's worth, does attack the Search for Escanta. So if your opponent does have that Search for Escanta out, even just playing a Deathgorge Scavenger and having it die to like a cast down or something from the Esper control decks, for example, is gonna delay their Ascanta by just a little bit. Whereas if you play just like any other 3-drop and they cast it down, then you're like fueling the Ascanta. So that's a very nice thing. So it's a really nice way to apply a decent clock to your opponent and start abusing their graveyard. District Guide, I found I wanted the addition of District Guide because there are a lot of powerful spells at the 5 and 6 slot, and I wanted to make sure I got them without having to force myself to play a few more lands. And District Guide is, again, something that we can sack to Plaguecrafter, something we can, sack to Vraska, things like that. It also does help the mana base just a little bit because we are missing the Gruul Shockland. So that is something that we want to make sure we can do. Oh, we're also missing the Rakdos Shockland. Yeah, so District Guide, in my opinion, very helpful. 3 Ravenous Chupacabras. It kills things. It's real good. 2 Golgari Findbrokers gets back anything we really need. Typically, you're going to be getting back something that costs the same amount as it or higher, because that's really where a lot of your potency comes in. If you are facing a deck that you know, for example, an Arclight Phoenix deck, where you know that you need to get rid of something, you can get a Deathgorge Scavenger back, things like that. But it's just very nice, the fact that you're able to keep getting value with this card. And it does a nice loop with Memorial to Folly and Eldest Reborn, for what it's worth. Vraska, Golgari Queen, is a strong card. She sacks the tiny weaklings we don't need, she acts as removal, and she acts as a win con. Win con, not Kundan. I was going to say win con and win condition, and I messed it up. The Eldest Reborn is a strong card. It's real strong. And Jund is real good. Angrath. Angrath doesn't see as much play as I think it will come Ravnica Allegiance, because of the fact that we don't have a great mana base for it, and we don't have too many, like, control decks, right? I think Angrath is really insane against a lot of control decks, because as long as it resolves, you're getting damage on your opponent's face and forcing them to discard. Obviously, against aggro decks, you can like -3 to essentially kill one of their guys, and then like Angrath takes a hit, you know, so it kind of saves you some damage. But really where Angrath shines, in my opinion, is against control, especially since a lot of the control decks are going to be running a large number of cards in their sideboard, or in their graveyard, sorry, or they're going to get a lot in the graveyard. And I've just found that playing with Angrath is really satisfying against all those control decks, where you can just like Burglar Rat, Angrath them, you know, get back more Burglar Rats and things like that. It's really, really satisfying. And I think that if Rakdos has any additional ways to discard your opponent's cards, we might see like an anti-discard sideboard plan even. Even if Angrath doesn't start seeing main deck play, I think Angrath's a really strong contender. Cough, cough, Teferi might make it so Angrath still can't see play, because Teferi is insane. And then, of course, we're running a single Vraska Relic Seeker, because Vraska, fun fact, is one of my favorite cards. She's a Planeswalker, you know, pretty much like all the other Planeswalkers we have. She does something proactive, she can do something reactive in terms of her minus ability, and she acts as a win condition, so it's very nice to have. This is our mana base right now. It could be better, obviously, since we are missing a lot of the shock lands and whatnot from the next set. This sort of color pairing will get better. And then in the sideboard, we are going to play best of ones, but I do want to showcase the sideboard, because I think he did a really good job on the sideboard. Running 4 Duresses against control, very helpful. Direfleet Daredevil is another card that I think is probably just going to get better with time, and I think Ravnica Allegiance giving us more varied spells from both Simic and Azorius makes Direfleet Daredevil potentially main deckable in the future. Then, of course, Golden Demise. I'm not sure if I like Golden Demise over Ritual of Soot, but I found that Golden Demise is entirely sufficient for what you want to do with it. And what you want to do with it is just bring it in against super heavy aggro, super wide aggro, and make it so that, you know, you're not dying, essentially. Eldest Reborn, additional copy, helps a lot against mid-range and control. Carnage Tyrant and Banefire both just, they come into slaughter control, essentially. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. And I really enjoy this style of deck, so it's been a ton of fun playing it. And I hope you guys enjoy this style of deck as well. I'm just like the mid-range guy, right? I love playing mid-range. As you can see, I'm like low bronze, but I haven't been playing ranked at all. I've been playing just like the play mode. So this is one of the things that you can run into with this style of deck, is having 2 checks and no shocks. I do think that we should mulligan. This is really not a deck that you want to miss land drops on too many times in a row. And I think this is a significantly better hand. Angrath honestly might not be a bad keep, because we do have a turn 2, a turn 3, and the turn 3 can help us get to Angrath. So I think this might be fine to keep on top, and it's a nice like come back into the game mechanic. So it's possibly a fine hand, or fine keep on top, I should say. All right, red-white of some sort. I will mention, I totally forgot to take out the sideboard of this deck. So we are potentially playing against better decks because of our deck rating. All right, so that's a really nice card to have. So now we are essentially guaranteed to be able to have Angrath on 5. And Angrath very well might be killing something like an Ajani's Pridemate from this deck, which is something that can get out of hand. Got rid of a Lightning Bolt. All right, decent. History of Benelli is a strong card. I assume my opponent is not going to attack because I will block easily. Go ahead and play out Rootbound Crag. And I will just play District Guide here. Yeah, I think District Guide is reasonable. We have plenty of black. Technically plenty of red as well. Black, 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 red, green, green. So I guess we should get another green. Because we only really need 2 red. Red is our definite splash color. So next turn we can Scavenger. Probably not eat anything, to be honest. And the turn following we can just play Angrath. We might have to double block a one of the knights. But, I mean, Scavenger can kill a knight by itself. So that's nice. I'm poking the Pinchy McSting butt, or whatever the heck it is called. It looks like my District Guide's getting fried. Oh, just Luminous Bonds. Sure. Yeah, so my opponent is an attack. I'm not going to block. If I blocked there, I wouldn't be able to block 4 damage, so it's significantly better to do this. And I think it's correct to just... Oh no, I messed it up. Well, I was going to Vraska and kill this, but I messed up my lane drops. Whoops. So I can chump with a rat and save against 4 damage, and then I can like literally just block and kill one of the other ones. Or I could take 4 damage and block and kill the Alonia Vanguard if they decide to attack with it. So we'll see exactly what we want to do here. But yeah, I could have Vraska and Minused, and they would have been forced to attack in. Wow. That's a lot of cats. That's a lot of cats. Interesting. I do think I want to take out the well. Do I want to take out the Vanguard? Angrath isn't actually great. I think I would maybe take 6 and just block like that. Dust Legion Zealot is not terrible. So I can Vraska, minus and destroy Luminous Bonds, and then Vraska dies. We can Angrath, minus and take a knight, and then it dies. And then Angrath dies. Or I can play Angrath plus him, and he's less likely to die.
Water burn?
No, he's definitely still going to die. What am I talking about? That's fine. That's still damage not coming at my face. And in the following turn, I can Dusk Legion and Vraska. So I do assume that Angrath is going to get swung at. Yep. Now, if he sends everyone there, then I'm not blocking. If he only sends 3 there, I'll save Angrath. Yep, sends everyone. Even if I block, he's taking 6 damage, so Angrath, goodbye.
You'll be nothing but slag when I'm done with you.
So we're going to start off with the Dusk Legion Zealot because we might draw something better, like a Chupacabra, for example. Did not. So we could Vraska. If we Vraska minus on the Luminous Bonds, Vraska still dies. We can Vraska plus, and she goes to 6, and then I can double block something. So I think that's actually the better play. And since I have another land in hand, I think I'm going to actually get rid of one of my forests. I could have sacrificed my District Guide, but I don't technically need that much land. And I might end up getting rid of the Luminous Bonds at some point. So my opponent can draw. So Vraska dies if I double block. She survives if I don't. But I do get to kill something if I double block. And I think based upon my situation, I think it's better to save Vraska. So I think I'm not going to double block. So she'll take 4 and go down to 2. Lava Coil is very nice to see. Gotta go and play Zealot first, though. Branchwalker, also nice to see. Okay. And now we're putting up a really nice defense here. So we're gonna go ahead and plus. Get rid of this swamp. Plaguecrafter's nice. And we're going to drop... I guess we'll go ahead and drop one of the knights. And the reason we do this is because we want to be able to save Vraska again, and if we didn't, then Vraska would have taken 4 and died. So this way they at least have to put something into the game. And if they attack, I will get to kill one of their vanguards. My opponent's at 31, but I don't care about my opponent's life. If I take over the game, I take over the game. So Vraska potentially going to take 2 here. Obviously, my opponent could, send a burn spell our way, but doesn't. Very nice for me. Going to go ahead and play Plaguecrafter first. I'll go ahead and sack my disregard now. Now my opponent is starting to dwindle on advantage. We will drop our swamp. There, the Plaguecrafter is nice. Could plague here. Could plague here. But I think I'd rather save the Plaguecrafter. If my opponent plays 1 large card, then I can -3 the Vraska and kill this and then Plaguecrafter a stronger card. So I think it's reasonable. I do want to get rid of Encyclopedia this turn because they are getting a little bit too much value out of it for my liking. Yeah, that's pretty strong. Okay, so I can't use Vraska to kill Arcane Encyclopedia, but I can at least kill 2 of their creatures. Unless you do something tricky. No, okay, cool. I think my opponent should have waited to do that, because now I know that they don't have any tricks up their sleeve. But, I mean, I still do have an okay trade here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, if you're going to attack you, you have to attack with all of them. But I really don't mind losing things. So let us swamp. Let us... Do I want to Plaguecrafter this? I don't really. I think I'm actually going to tap this and then sack it now. Well, I got another Plaguecrafter. So let us start eating their creatures and gaining some life back. Do I want a Plaguecrafter here? I do have Memorial to Folly, but I don't have anything super strong in my graveyard. I do need to get like a little bit of my top end here. No, I think I'll wait. Will I? Yeah, I don't, there's no reason to use it on a 1/1. But Encyclopedia has been a pain in my ass, though. What are you doing? Yep, that's something that needs to die. Alright, so we're probably going to have to double Plaguecrafter here. Okay. Double Plaguecrafter doesn't work unless my opponent decides to not attack. Or to not block. I really want to get rid of that dang Encyclopedia. Yeah, there's no way my opponent blocks my Deathgorge Scavenger. So I think, unfortunately, I have to just double Plaguecrafter here. Ugh. I don't love it, but I think I have to do it. I'm sacking the Plaguecrafters because I can get them back with Memorial to Folly, and I'm able to attack this turn with Deathgorge Scavenger. But obviously we made that decision knowing that we're going to force them to sack the Leonin. Leonin, a strong card. And we could deal extra damage to them. Or we can gain more life. I think I'm fine dealing extra damage to them and getting rid of a strong card, so let's get rid of that one. So my opponent is in a really good situation. But luckily, as I was saying, I can go ahead and play this Overgrown Tomb and get back my Plaguecrafter. Or I could just Findbroker it back. I'll have to pay 2 life regardless. Would I rather Findbroker? Or rather, would I rather use Memorial to Folly? I think I would actually rather use Memorial to Folly, because I can get Folly back with Findbroker. That's dumb. What am I talking about? This is better. Alright, let me just make sure. Yep, I would like a Plaguecrafter. I'm just going to drop the Plaguecrafter. Could drop the Findbroker, but Findbroker doesn't die to like shock and things. So, will I sack a land? Yes, I do like to draw cards. Burglar Rat's nice to see. Burglar Rat is something that we can sack to Vraska, and it does force them to discard. Gosh, opponent, you're making this otherwise casual video super long. Opponent just keeps playing the lands. Higher Mattress Cage on Vraska. On Findbroker. I guess. Opponent also should have done that second main, but or during the end of my turn, because now I can do this to them. Alright, well. I am going to sack, because I want to keep my Vraska. My Vraska is a lot of the power right now, so. And we'll just keep beating them to death. I mean, even with their encyclopedia, we're still drawing more than them, because Vraska is great. True Fire Captain is decent, but I can kill it with Chupacabra. Alright, fantastic. I'm going to finally get rid of this encyclopedia. Choop down this captain. As you can see, we're just playing the fairest of Magic. We're just casting spells, removing our opponent's spells, attacking. This is prime Magic right here. Yep, it's real good. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. But when I see you hanging around with anyone, it's not unusual to see me cry. You're gonna die. Yeah, this is the board control I was talking about. You just always have it. Well, our opponent was at like 30 something, and now they're dying. I feel like the sound just muted. What the heck? No, okay, there we go. Not take vengeance. Rude. I mean, I can get back if I want. I don't like that it says pass there. I wish it just said like next or something. Let's attack first. Then we are going to... This is our only this is our only basic land site. I'm gonna go and sack this Dragonskull Summit. Hey, look, it's a Burglar Rat. Why would you ever tap like that? Oh, I guess because it's a single color, the rest are double. Should we force them to discard whatever's in their hand? Probably a land, is my guess. No, they've been playing like all their lands. So maybe it's just an instant. No, just a land. I don't know. I can get a Dusk Legion Zealot back, I guess. Just gonna go ahead and kill that. I don't think I need to use Memorial. I don't think I have any more basics in the deck, so I'm just sacking the Evolving Wilds. It's worth like nothing to me. Alright. Opponent is Ripperoni in pieces? Yes? No? Maybe? Yay! Alright. Did we rank up? Hey! This is the first time I'm seeing the rank up thing. In the new system. I've been up ranked before. Alright, John, too easy. Round 2. Fight. Oh, wait, I should have... who cares? I'm still in super low rank because I haven't actually, like, played ranked yet, so... By the way, for those wondering, in the Kibler event, I got max wins. I got 1 loss. Which I think was to a green-white deck, but I don't remember. Is this a good hand? I think it is. We're going second, which is unfortunate. But we can Evolving Wilds to get a Mountain into Overgrown Tomb, Scavengers. I think this is fine. Let's see what our opponent is on. Black-green of some sorts. And we are going to be able to play the Burglar Rat, which is nice. So we do have something to do on turn 2. If our opponent doesn't play a creature. It looks like they aren't. We do want to make sure we can get our land now, so we can actually cast the things that we want to cast. Oh, and another Burglar Rat. I do love some rats. So we might have our opponent discard something that they think they can get back, and then we eat it with a Scavenger, and it becomes delicious. Alright, they've just got a land. Whatever, sure. I can still eat it if I want. Jade Light? No, Saprolings. Intéressant. We're gonna go and rat you up. Rat me up, baby, just to let you down. And discard around. Alright. And there's tapped. No attacks. We are just chilling. I'd love another land, but even if we don't get another land, we do still have decent things to do. If they play a Slimefoot, I can coil it. If they play a Spore Crown, I can Shivan Fire it. Slimefoot, so I can go and Lava Coil that. Could double block. What does he get? Honestly, I think double blocking is fine. Oh, it's only Saprolings too. So I don't actually, like, lose anything. So yeah, I'm fine blocking here. It's a little frustrating, but we'll Lava Coil that before it gets out of control. And next turn we probably just Deathgorge Scavenger, or Chupacabra if we draw another land. Or if we draw another land, we can Deathgorge Scavenger and Shivan Fire. Song of Fraley's with 1 token is not great. I think we're actually going to go ahead and kill this now. Because if my opponent's trying to get to a 5th land, I don't want them to. Because I think they might be trying to get Tentative Dryad. Obviously, they could play a land. Alright, well, sure. Can I get a land, please? Thank you. Alright, so unfortunately, if they play Tentative Dryad, I'm probably screwed. This is definitely a matchup where you want, where you would want, sweepy Golden Demise. There we go. So we can go ahead and play a Chup. Chup really helps us out here. Our opponent is only on 1 card, for what it's worth, so... Deathgorge Scavengers can definitely help us stabilize in terms of life total. If we draw the land, we can double Scavenger up. And really start getting back in the game here. Oh, well, that was a little frustrating. But that was their last card, so we don't really have to worry about too much. We do kind of have to worry about dying, but as I said, Scavenger should help out. And this actually, I think, is better. It's possible that I was correct to save that, just in case they do get a Tentative Dryad. But by the looks of it, probably not going to have a Tentative Dryad. I would block. Yeah, I'm fine with that trade. Because now I can do stuff like this. And go and do this. Get rid of my rat and attack for 1. And they start eating all your stuff. Eating all of your delicious, delicious fungus. Not the best. So we're going to play Disregard first, because we haven't played a land for turn, which means we are going to be able to play that land. So we're getting to play more cards than if we had started with Scavenger. Go ahead and scavenge. We're going to eat something, because we would like to gain some life. And remember, Slimefoot's already in the exile zone. And not really a reason to attack just yet. Obviously, I do need to fade, like, Dryad draws and whatnot, but... Ooh, Vraska is nice. Yeah. Cool! We know value. Feed your cravings at the circus of value. What's up, Vampire? I like this card. I feel like there might be something interesting to do with it, with Orzhov guilds coming in. But anyway, I'd like to thank all my wonderful patrons, especially Salamanders and Zaraga, for their continued support. And also, got to give another shout out to Easy Mode. As I said, this is like his deck idea. As a patron, he gets to show me some cool things. And the last time he told me to play a deck, it did really well. So, as I said, he is also starting a little bit, dabbling his toes in the content creation. So if you want, feel free to go and check out his channel. Give him a little bit of advice. He's feeling it out, having some fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, and cast a comment in the comment section down below. Yeah, I know I skipped the part where I tell you to check the description box for my Patreon and stuff. You guys already know. It's fine. It's totally fine. I didn't do that on accident. Anyway, until next time, all will be one.